Hey Pueblo Garden Panthers, this is your principal, Mr. Conrad, talking to you about our Zoom PBIS expectations. Today is our final installment where we are going to be discussing respect. Now, out of the three things we pledge, being respectful, being responsible, and being ready to learn, I think that being respectful is my absolute favorite one. This is something that when we talk about respect and what it means, it has very far-reaching consequences. And a lot of people talk about this idea of, well, you need to give respect to get respect, or respect is something that's earned. I like to think about it a different way. What I think about is we treat other people with respect, not because of who they are and not because of what they've done or what they do, but we treat other people with respect because we respect ourselves. And by giving respect to others, we're holding ourselves to a certain level of accountability in our own behavior because it's about who we want to be and who we want to grow into being as we get older. And so when it comes to the Zoom environment, I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about what that looks like to be respectful in a classroom. So the first thing is when you're coming into a Zoom session, you want to make sure that you have your video on and that you begin the session with your audio off so that there's not extraneous noise and things coming into the Zoom session. Now, I know people have had some different technical difficulties. Thankfully, we've gotten almost all of that resolved. So now students should be able to attend Zoom sessions with their video on. So please make sure that as you come into Zoom sessions, you begin with that video active. The other thing is that when different people are interacting, you want to make sure only one person is talking at a time. If a teacher asks for a response from the class and you find that yourself and another student are both trying to talk at the same time, that's great, but just make sure you pause and say something specific like, hey, classmate, please, you go ahead and go first and then I will follow. And that way you set up a structure where you're very respectfully allowing that other person to have their voice, but also ensuring that you're able to participate as well. You want to make sure that when it comes to the content of what you're saying, that you're always being kind, you're always making sure that what you're expressing from the tone to your body language and the words you used are all things that you would consider to be respectful. Now, the last thing is that while we talk a lot about respectful language, we also have to consider actions as being respectful as well. And so when it comes to what we do and the way we talk about folks and things that we post online and things that we say or actual physical things that we do, we always want to keep in mind, are those actions something that we feel good about expressing to those folks that we care about in our lives? Some people say things like, well, would you say that to your mother or your grandmother? Or, how would you treat or say or discuss, have discourse with someone if it was someone you really cared about? And how would it make you feel if someone else was treating that person in a way that was disrespectful? And so we say these things just to give us a reminder so that we can think about and care about the way that we're having those interactions. Because if we do that, we can ensure that we're being respectful. Thank you so much for your time this week. I look forward to being able to see you out within the Zoom environment, being respectful, being responsible, being ready to learn, and above all else, being kind. Thank you.